Okay, so gonna pick on people. How do I say your name again? Sorry.
Listen.
Listen. That's right. Listen. Sure, that's right. All right. So, block 1 quiz. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Peter, you look keen. What's the parallel force motor? And these are the ones I get mixed up. What's perpendicular? It's the wrong way round in my brain. So, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be that one, or is it going to be this one?
I don't get those mixed up, but I can't remember what.
Okay, so no marks for Peter. Any bonus marks for anyone who wants to jump in?
I don't ever remember the term.
That's
about it.
I think it's at least the things. Well, one of them is the one with the code.
I mean, yes, maybe 2
And
forces
force between
offset
them.
parallel.
Oh yeah.
So you're going for the kind of the fingers.
But no, one's sort of a
That's
torque.
the question on this one.
Or in that one, the perpendicular force, I think.
Okay, so it's the fingers one. So that wasn't what you was going for, David.
No, it was.
You had me convinced.
No.
Right.
Thinking more of 2 forces opposite, but at a distance it creates a torque.
Of course, it amazed me that this would be in effect a gyroscope. Okay, you're going to oscillate those things. So that's at the nano world. Yeah, we appreciate that, don't we? Don't normally for nanotech have a proper, what I call a proper gyroscope. Probably the Americans do. Okay. Sam, you look keen.
Sam.
Oh, Sam! Ray and Sam. Sam Ray. Sam Ray. Sounds a cool name. Okay.
R.S.
I'll have to. I don't remember.
Ray, you look keen.
I don't remember even
Right. So who's got the specimen exam paper?
The equation that looks like.
The equation sheet in here somewhere.
So have a look at your specimen exam paper and see, Ray, if you can spot it. So we're looking one with force. So which one are you going to go for? So it's one of them, yeah.
I was completely guessing, I suppose, but
You're going to go for that one. And he picks the correct one, ladies and gentlemen. Ray gets a mark.
that's off. I printed these exam papers. Yeah, it was at the back of the passing lane.
Okay, so for those of you that can see, you've got your equation sheets there. You notice that you've got this W term here, or you've got an A term, and then where's your brain thinking along these lines? If I'm doing
W for width.
exactly. So good. That's good stuff. So you're thinking along the right lines. That I'm looking for something that isn't going to be dependent on like the area. So that's the other one. You're going to have an area term there. For those you can see the equations. So let's do this for everyone, or everyone that's got a calculator. Can you work out? And we have this argument every year. So 10 means we're going to multiply our previous equation. So do you need to write this previous? Who needs to write this down? Previous equation. I could write it on the board if you want. So just to save an argument, This is representing the force for one gap. Okay, so if I've got my finger like this, I need to double this. So when I'm saying 10 here, we're going to be doubling this and making this 20. Okay. So some calculator practice. If I was using my calculator, personally speaking, I would tend to go for SI units, converting as I go along, as it were. I wouldn't try and be clever and cancel out units and stuff. Have I got any answers? David's on his calculator.
It's the formula sheet I've got wrong or something, because the formula I've got permittivity instead of,
That is permittivity.
well, the electric constant. Is that
Permittivity free space.
right?
Okay, so we've got some answers. Yeah, I won't pick on anyone. So these are the numbers that should have gone in. Okay, so we hopefully no one picks up their width and their separation. And anyone get that? Yeah, well done.
I had the numbers just not.
We'll go with honesty factor today. Miss Hunt?
Yeah, I got the same one, I forgot to multiply by 20.
Oh, you get 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. After I've told you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe half mark.
Half mark out of the equation. Maybe 1 mark.
Are we okay about that? Can I move on? So the other thing here is I've tidied up my final answer. So don't forget your micros, your millis, and your nanos. Okay.
Would you mark down for not doing that?
No.
So, does it actually go between those two physical quantities that are not related to each other? For example, distance and electric potential, micrometer and volt. In this particular answer, would you go with the micrometer calculation all the way with keeping volts as volts? For example, if I want to keep the micrometer there, would I be converting the volts into microvolts as well?
Are you going to have problems? You're going to have problems. You're mixing up a lot of units there. Dimensions, sorry.
Would you then say that?
That's why I would always convert to SI.
And for distance, always use meter, is that the?
I would.
I'm getting
Alright, so
10 different.
Yeah, so have I actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got what different?
What
I'm getting 4.8 times 10 to the minus 9.
That's what I got as well.
Don't say that I'm a mistake. Yeah?
Times
Then we're going to have to go with your answer.
1, 2,
The minus 6 is cancelled, so you've only got one 10 power on the top.
4779. Yeah. Minus 9, I think.
Okay. Sorry. I thought there's I've corrected it. Okay, so this was the controversy. There's a debate about is it separation. So this, I went back to the original paper. You can definitely tell. This is tell us what the force is for a total finger in that particular stage. Okay, so let's try and get some ideas. So 7 key features for our parallel force motor. Angela, do you want to give me a key feature?
Force is constant.
Yeah, force is constant. Would be a good one. No ideas.
Voltage, fixed voltage.
Voltage. Words. I suppose you could start basically reiterating the same things that you can see from in terms of the equation. So you could. But what about also when you look at the equation? What other things that you could say in terms of I don't know. In terms of like the actual values you're going to put in the equation. So for example, is your D going to be changing? You could be mentioning that kind of stuff.
Not in a parallel one.
With D changing, where would
No, it's not going to change. So when
Oh,
you
it's
when you
designed
when
to-
you're saying key features,
be? Yeah.
the width isn't going to change, the D's not going to change. And so that's why Angelo said force is constant. Okay, so what did I have? Forces do not vary with displacement. Force is constant, kind of the same sort of things. Obviously, we weren't thinking about in terms of the engineering. So again, the first picture, we should have got that really. So easy to put in a lot of these things in parallel to increase our force. Easy to control. That's why you tend to use these in a MEMS device as opposed to a perpendicular one, where you're going to get D dependency and you tend to get something that's going to snap in terms of the force. Relatively large displacements can be achieved, and when we're saying that, we're talking about here. So you can actually virtually almost pull it out and you can still get the same force virtually. Easy to design in various configurations, so you can have them in terms of like looking at torsion, gyroscope type actions and so on. What kind of other features? So other thing, think about what application could we be using. And if I told you the word gyroscope, then you could be thinking accelerometer, probably, or some sort of gyroscope in your phone. Okay. Name the typical silicon sacrifice layer. I think we had one before. Anyone?
Silicon oxide.
See if we silicon dioxide. Okay, so silicon dioxide patterning could be done when you're using a wet etch. So sacrificial layer, I think for an exam we would need to know the concept, and that's what we'd be looking for to say in the exam. And here I've said that it's suitable for a wet etch would be the hydrogen fluoride, so or HF in an exam scenario. Okay, so we had this using anisotropic wet etching. Then 3 ways you can control the depth of the etch.
Not that one.
We had that one.
Open, close,
Open.
self-limiting. Is it?
Yeah. Well done. So there we go. Yeah. So we've got a time method that you could be doing. So you could control it by exposing it, say, to a gas etchant for a certain length of time. You could have it in, well actually this question is slightly different to what Quinn was talking about, because this is actually how could you actually control it. You could then have something buried in your substrate that when that gets released, that's then detected, and then let's say you pull out the gas, you stop the gas etching. And again, and the other one would be what we kind of had before, that we're going to just come down to a natural stop. Yeah. In principle, that etching is really sort of like 100:1 to ratio, or those sort of numbers. So if you just left your etch there, then eventually that would go as well. So right. What is the lowest natural frequency of the cantilever? So we've got the length, the width. Can I give you the equation? So, Gwen, you better check my answers since I'm dodgy. So we've got the width, we've got the thickness. So this question is being mean. I'm giving you too much information. What information are you going to reject? You've got the density, the Young's modulus. Here we've got the acronym G for giga. So what's a giga? 10 to the 9, yeah. So we know that. Density. Can someone plug this in and find me the angular? Actually, it's a natural frequency. Okay, so yeah, I think I'd be happy with either hertz or rads per second for this answer.